In today's episode, you will learn how to create a gentle English learning plan for 2026 that actually works in real life. I'll share the difference between motivation and commitment, and why gentle daily habits are more powerful than strict discipline. You'll discover how your brain learns English like a quiet software update, and I'll help you choose one simple daily habit that can transform your English this year. So let's begin. Hello, my wonderful English learners. I'm Teacher Emma, and welcome to English Unlocked, the podcast. If you're new here, welcome to our supportive family where we learn English together with kindness and patience. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Emma, it's January, and everyone is making big promises about learning English perfectly this year. But here's what I want you to know. We're not going to do that today. We're going to do something much gentler and much more powerful. Stay with me until the end, because I'll help you choose one simple daily habit that can quietly transform your English in 2026. Not through pressure or stress, but through a natural process that works even when you're not trying. You see, my dear learners, I've been teaching English for many years, and I've noticed something. Every January, my students come to me with these big, heavy plans. They say, "Emma, this year I will study English for 3 hours every day." Or, "This year I will speak perfectly by December." But here's the truth. By February, most of them feel tired. By March, they feel disappointed. Why? Because they're trying to force their brain to change overnight, instead of letting it update naturally. Before we continue, you can subscribe if you'd like to keep learning with me gently, one day at a time, because today's episode will change how you think about learning English. And I want to make sure you don't miss any of our gentle methods that really work. Let me tell you about Mei Lin from Hong Kong. Mei Lin wrote to me last January. She said, "Emma, I tried to learn English with strict discipline for 3 years. I attended expensive weekend classes in Central. I memorized 100 new words every week. I pushed myself so hard, but every few months I would burn out completely. I felt so exhausted that I would avoid English for weeks." Mei Lin was doing what many people do. She was trying to force English into her brain, like trying to install heavy software on an old computer. The system crashes, it freezes, it creates stress and errors. So I asked Mei Lin to try something completely different. I said, "What if you treated English learning like your smartphone's automatic updates? You don't force your phone to update. You just let it happen quietly in the background, while you live your life." Mei Lin started with just her 25-minute MTR ride from Tsim Sha Tsui to her office in Admiralty. She didn't study. She just listened to simple English podcasts while watching Hong Kong's incredible skyline through the train window. Her brain was quietly downloading English, like background updates. After 1 month, something amazing happened. Mei Lin told me, "Emma, I was watching an American Netflix series without Chinese subtitles, and suddenly I realized I understood everything. It felt like my brain had quietly restarted, with better English software." Now, 8 months later, Mei Lin confidently leads meetings with international clients in her finance company, not because she forced herself to memorize words, but because she allowed her natural learning process to work. And this is what I want for you in 2026. Not pressure, not stress, not impossible goals. I want you to understand something powerful about how your brain really learns. You know, when your phone updates overnight, You don't see it working. You don't feel it changing. But in the morning, everything opens faster. Apps run smoother. New features appear like magic. Your English works in a similar way. Every time you listen for 5 minutes, you're giving your brain new input. Every time you repeat a sentence, you're helping your brain process this information. You might not see progress every day, but new connections are forming quietly. You don't need to remember the technical details. Just remember this feeling. Calm practice works. Now let me tell you about Jean-Luc from Montreal, Canada. Jean-Luc tried the intensive method for years. He signed up for 4-hour weekend English boot camps. He bought expensive grammar courses. He practiced pronunciation drills for hours. He was very serious, very demanding with himself. But Jean-Luc told me something interesting. He said, "Emma, I knew perfect grammar rules. I could write flawless emails. But when my American colleagues called for video meetings, I froze. All that knowledge was in my head, but my speaking wouldn't work." This happens to so many learners. They focus on collecting English like collecting apps on their phone. But English is not just about storage. English needs to flow. It needs movement. It needs gentle daily practice. So I asked Jean-Luc to try what I call the gentle processing method. Instead of intensive weekend classes, he would have mini conversations with himself for 10 minutes during his lunch break. In French, then in English, he would say simple things like, "Aujourd'hui, je me sens bien. Today I feel good. Il fait beau. The weather is nice. Je vais retourner au travail. I'm going back to work." Nothing complicated, just letting his brain practice switching between languages naturally. After 2 months, Jean-Luc called me. He was so happy. He said, "Emma, yesterday we had a 3-hour international conference call. I spoke English for the whole meeting. I didn't translate from French anymore. The words just came out naturally, like everything had finally clicked into place." This is the power of gentle daily practice. Jean-Luc's brain had been processing English for months. Then, suddenly, his speaking confidence emerged, and everything felt natural. Now, take a breath with me, because I want to share something important about 2026. Many English teachers will tell you about discipline. They'll say, you must be strict, you must push harder. But here's what I believe. Learning happens best when your brain feels safe and supported, not when it feels pressured and overwhelmed. Think about how a child learns to walk. The child doesn't force it. They just keep trying gently, day by day, step by step, until walking becomes natural. This is how we learn English in 2026. With gentle daily steps, with patience, with trust in the natural learning process. Let me tell you about Koji from Tokyo, Japan. Koji works in international business. He said, "Emma, I understand English perfectly when I read emails, but in video calls with New York clients, my brain goes blank. I know the words, but they won't come out. It's like there's a disconnect somewhere." I told Koji something important. Your brain isn't broken. You just need to create a bridge between understanding and speaking. And bridges are built slowly with gentle daily practice. So Koji started what I call micro-speaking sessions. Every morning, while drinking his coffee and reading the news, he would quietly describe what he was reading, in English, to himself. This article is about technology. The writer thinks AI will change business. I agree with this opinion. Just simple, honest thoughts. like practicing a skill in a safe, comfortable space. After 3 months, Koji sent me an amazing message. Emma, today I led a 2-hour presentation to American investors. I spoke without notes, without fear. My English flowed like natural conversation. It's like that bridge between my understanding and speaking finally became strong. The simple truth is this: consistent, gentle practice creates lasting confidence. So here's your gentle plan for 2026. I want you to choose one thing you already do every day. Maybe you drink morning coffee. Maybe you commute to work. Maybe you exercise. Maybe you cook dinner. Pick just one daily activity. And ask yourself, how can I add just a tiny bit of English to this peaceful time? Maybe while you drink your morning coffee, you listen to one short English conversation. Maybe while you commute, you repeat English phrases you heard yesterday. Maybe while you cook, you describe your actions in English. I'm chopping onions. I'm heating oil. This smells delicious. The goal is not to learn 100 new words. The goal is to make English feel natural in your daily life. When English becomes part of your routine, learning happens automatically, like breathing. And here's something beautiful that will happen. After a few weeks, you won't think about it. Your brain will start expecting English during that time. It becomes effortless. This is when real progress begins. Now, I want to talk about something called commitment versus motivation. Motivation is like a bright flash, very exciting, but it disappears quickly. Motivation says, I feel excited about English today, so I'll study for 3 hours and solve everything. But commitment is like a gentle stream. It flows quietly and consistently. Commitment says, I don't feel excited about English today, but I'll still practice for 10 minutes because I trust this process. I am someone who keeps growing. Some people call this building a system. Others call it creating a routine. Both words describe the same beautiful thing. You're not waiting for perfect conditions. You're creating your own gentle daily practice. Think about this. When you brush your teeth, you don't wait to feel motivated. You just do it because it's part of who you are. It's part of your daily routine. This is what we want for English. Not something you do only when you feel excited, but something you do because it's simply part of your day. Many successful English learners tell me the same thing. They say, Emma, I don't remember when English became easy. It just happened naturally, through small daily action, through gentle consistency, through trusting the system. This is what real discipline looks like. Not forcing yourself to study for hours, not punishing yourself when you miss a day, but gently returning to your practice, again and again, like water flowing around rocks, like breathing in and out, natural, peaceful, effective. Your daily English routine becomes part of your identity. You become someone who speaks English, not someone who struggles with English. The difference is simple but powerful. You practice not because you have to, but because this is who you are. The beautiful thing about commitment is that it doesn't require perfect conditions. You don't need to feel motivated. You don't need to have extra time. You don't need to be in a perfect environment. You just need to remember. I am growing my English naturally. Growth happens with consistent care, not just when I feel like it, and on days when you're tired, when you're busy, when you don't feel like practicing. Those are the most important days, because those are the days when you prove to yourself that your English matters, that you matter. But here's the most important thing. On difficult days, Do something small, not nothing. If your usual practice is 15 minutes, do 5 minutes. If your usual practice is listening to a full podcast, listen to just one short story. Remember, my wonderful learners, you're not trying to achieve perfection overnight. You are trying to grow consistently. Consistency is like compound interest in the bank. Small investments every day create amazing results over time. Some days your English will feel strong and confident. Some days it might feel uncertain. This is completely normal. This is part of the natural learning journey. On good days, enjoy the progress. On challenging days, be extra gentle with yourself. Your English journey is not a race against time. It's a beautiful process of becoming. Each day, you're adding new understanding, building new confidence, becoming more comfortable with this amazing language. As we finish today's episode, I want you to make one gentle commitment. Not a demanding goal, not a source of stress, just a quiet, daily choice. Choose one small thing. Maybe it's listening to English while you drink your morning tea. Maybe it's describing your evening meal in English for 3 minutes. Maybe it's saying, "Good morning, how are you today?" To yourself in English, choose something so small that it feels effortless, something so gentle that it feels like a gift to yourself, not a burden. And then, my dear learner, trust the process. Trust that small daily choices create beautiful transformations. Trust that gentle consistency is more powerful than intense pressure. Remember, every day you practice English, you're not just learning a language, you're building confidence. You're opening doors to new connections, new opportunities, new versions of yourself. Your English journey in 2026 will be amazing because it will be natural, shaped by your gentle daily choices, grown with patience and trust in your own ability. Thank you so much for being part of this gentle English family. I believe in you. I believe in your natural ability to learn English beautifully, one peaceful day at a time. Keep practicing, keep growing. And remember, your English is getting stronger every day. I'm Emma, and I'll be here with you every step of the way. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, be gentle with your English. Bye for now.